Hello and happy Thursday and welcome to this week's episode of Caitlin's Music City Skinny. I am excited for today's topic. Also, before we dive into it, I do want to just mention that tonight is my free seller seminar with HGTV stager Kim Pierce. We are going to be talking about buyer psychology, what they're looking for, what they're looking at when they're walking through a home. Kim's going to be walking you through staging tips and tricks to make sure that your home really shines. And then I'm going to be walking you through how to properly market your home in the way that buyers are looking. So that's a really big thing right now because in Nashville, while we are still a hot market, we are starting to see a little bit of a slow in the market. And that's not saying there's a crash or recession coming. That's simply just saying that we were a really super hot market a couple years ago with homes just flying under contract in less than 24 hours. And now we're just starting to stabilize. That kind of hotness is not sustainable, but now we're just starting to normal out. And that's going to be really good news for us. But with that, we also have increasing inventory. And so with that, all of that means that basically your home's going to sit a little bit longer. And a great way to combat that is going to be properly marketing your home in the way that buyers are looking. And how are they looking? Of course, they are online, pretty much all of them. So we're going to talk about how to make your home stand out online, how to market to where the buyers are shopping, and how to make your home really pop. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not a snooze fest, I promise. So if you're interested, it is at 6:30 at Weichert Realtors in Green Hills. It's at 2207 Crestmore Road, Suite 101. We're going to be having fun, so we cannot wait to see you there. So now, talking about HGTV, let's just go ahead and jump into the things that we're going to be talking about today. So I am an HGTV junkie, and I have been probably for the better part of 10 years. I love watching house hunters. But when you watch house hunters, it makes it look like the house hunting process is just super easy. It makes it look like you go pick from 3 magical houses and you decide on one, and then boom, you're a homeowner and you're unpacking a couple weeks later. And so they really miss a lot of the key parts of the home buying process. And so one of my biggest things is when I'm working with first-time home buyers is just to help educate them about the entire process. Because there's a lot more to it than what you see on TV. And I remember several years ago when I was buying my first place, I remember thinking, I was on Zillow and I would find places I liked and I wanted to go see them, and that was that. And then I finally had a realtor tell me, girl, you got to go get your pre-approval letter first. So I learned the process as I went through it. And so my biggest thing is always trying to help people set up their success on the front end by explaining the process to them. So there is going to be a lot more than just picking 3 houses and choosing one and that's that. But hopefully with my help and guidance, then you're going to be able to navigate the situation. So it does feel more like HGTV and a little less like you're trying to paddle the Atlantic Ocean in a canoe. So you're also just going to want to be sure to stick around until the end today because I am going to have a free gift for you, and you can always just comment below with your favorite emoji to just let me know that you're here. So what are 3 things that you are not going to learn about house hunting from HGTV? Well, the biggest one is going to be that you're going to have an entire team around you. This is not just an agent and a buyer process. There's several other pieces involved in the entire process. So of course you are going to have your agent, hopefully me, and then next you're also going to have a lender, and a lender is going to be an incredibly key piece of the process. So that lender is going to make sure that your loan first of all, you're even pre-approved to be able to purchase, and then they're going to make sure that your loan gets funded so that we can close. In addition to your lender, you're also going to be having a home inspector, and they're going to go in and take a look at that home before you sign on the final dotted lines that the home is in good condition and that it is ready for you to move in. You don't want to buy a home that has, that you think looks all right, and then a week later the roof falls in. And then, of course, you're also going to have an insurance agent who steps in and makes sure that your home is insured because that's going to be a really important process in making sure that we can close on your home. So there are several other people involved in the home buying process, like we're all a team. We all work together to ultimately get you to the closing table and to get you into that new home of your dreams. So the other thing you're not going to learn from HGTV, number 2, is going to be that Zillow is not all it's cracked up to be. And this is not me hating on Zillow. This is not me saying Zillow sucks. That's not it at all. It's basically saying, while it's a great tool to start to look for homes, it's not going to end up, it doesn't have all the most up-to-date accurate information. So it's not going to be able to tell you an interest rate. It's not going to be able to tell you, what the cost of your homeowner's insurance is going to be. It's not going to be able to tell you what kind of loan that you're going to be able to use. So it's not going to be able to accurately give you an idea of what your mortgage payment would be. So you may go on there and think, great, I could afford this place. But then when you go and get pre-approved, you're going to find out that that's not the case. So while it's great to get an idea of what's sitting out there on the market, just don't trust it in terms of trying to calculate your potential mortgage payment. And then also the other thing that Zillow is not great at doing is letting you know if a home's already under contract. So that's why it's really best to get the most up-to-date homes available from your agent, because they're going to be getting their notifications through the MLS, which is going to have the most up-to-date accurate information. And then number 3 is that there could be other offers when you find the one. So on HGTV, they make it look like you find the one, you pick it, boom, you're done. That's not always the case. I know recently I've gotten into a couple of multiple offer situations, and thankfully my clients and I won out in those, but there are times that you can find the one, and that in those multiple offer situations, they end up going with somebody else. So that is something that also HGTV doesn't show, but hopefully you and your realtor will be able to come up with a game plan that should you be in a multiple offer situation, then hopefully you come out on top. So it's just, there are, again, I love me some HGTV and I love me some house hunters, but there's just a lot more to the process than what you actually get to see on TV. But of course, if you saw all those parts, you probably wouldn't think it was very interesting. So, now, because you have stayed until the end, I do have a free guide. It's my Reality House Hunters, everything you need to know that you won't see on HGTV guide. All you got to do is just comment below and I will be sure to send it to you. And be sure to tag anyone that you know that may be interested in the home buying process, and I would love to be able to get the guide in their hands as well. So thank you guys again for tuning in to another week of Caitlin's Music City Skinny. This is getting really fun. So I hope you guys tune in next week, and I will talk to you guys later.